What's going on YouTube? It's Mr. Ferguson here once again. Thank you guys for coming back for another video here in Central North Carolina. Appreciate all of you lawn care nuts, lawn care freaks, still checking out the videos even in the cold of winter. Even though today, hey, you remember last video I was freezing. It's 70s. We hit like 70 yesterday. It's 64 right now. I love this weather. I will never enjoy the cold. I always enjoy the warmth. And so it's a pleasure to be outside today. Although we do have rain, it has been raining, supposed to rain for the next 2 or 3 days. We're still not out of winter. We're just having this warm streak, which is like North Carolina, probably like you guys. We ride this roller coaster. And so currently we are in a warm trend for the next few days. And we'll talk about how I hope to take advantage of that here soon. But today's video, guys, just want to give you a little walkthrough. I told you on Wednesday's video, I saw a little problem in the new seating area that I just did. So I want to show that to you, pick some of your brains, because I'm like, I don't know what this is. In my lawn, I don't have a lot of problems, but this looks weird. So maybe it's just something from the cold. I don't know. So stay tuned in to let me know that. So let's take a look at the grass. Let's take a look at my lawn. We haven't looked at it in a while. And that's why I don't want to do this every week and like, let's go look at my grass and there's no change. It's like big whoop. But we haven't shown it to you a while. Got some things going on. We've had a lot of wind, a lot of branches over here. I was outside yesterday raking a little bit. We got gumballs now falling. My arch rival. I hate gumballs with a passion. But let's look at Mr. Ferguson's lawn currently towards the end of January 2024. So as always, we start here in the backyard, guys. It's looking a little more with we've had more cold weather, mornings in the 16s and the 18 degrees. And so the last time I showed you my lawn, we didn't have as much of this yellowing. I don't know if you can see it, but we got more of the yellow turning of the grass, and it looks a lot like fungus, but it's not, obviously. We don't have warm temps. Today it's warm, but it's not been warm. It's just the grass going dormant from the cold weather. And so that's normal. So if you're seeing that, don't freak out. But I have noticed the last application we did of the 2000, we did some GCI and it really darkened it up. That's starting to wear off. It's not as green as it was. I can just tell when I don't look at it and pay attention for a while. I can just tell the color has died down a little bit, and the increase of the yellowing has increased. That's normal. As far as back here, remember we had talked about in the late summer, it really thinned out just from being hot and everything. This area still looks so much thicker. Through the colder weather, some of this has really thickened up. It's not perfect, but it was a lot patchier, I feel. And we'll see. All of this yellowing that you guys should be able to see on the camera should begin to come back to life come spring. It's not perfect, but it does need to be overseeded, and that's what I want to mention. Like these areas, I know everybody tells me, because we have new people coming to the channel all the time, that grass around the trees, the trees are still in the nutrients. The grass don't get it. It's going to die out. I get that, I understand. But when I first seeded this, and this is 2 years old without overseeding it, and it's holding on just fine. And if I overseed, only more grass would be here. So even the edges are doing just fine. It's just not thick and flourishing because we haven't overseeded in 2 years. So if you are overseeding every 2 years, by the way, I wanted to mention, I was watching an older video from like 2 years ago, I think, one of my old videos, and man, when you overseed, this section up here looked so thick and just nice. I mean, I was like, oh my gosh. And so I've really not seen my lawn overseeded in a long time. I'm anxious to do that this fall. So make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you stay tuned. We're going to be overseeding this lawn. This is the Jonathan Green dense shade down here. And this is the worst section, I would say, of my lawn right now. Well, maybe. I'll show you something else here in a second. But this area over here that doesn't get a lot of sun, it's super patchy. This is the one-time seeded section. I used to burn stuff right here like wood and other stuff, and then I decided I was going to plant grass here. So once we did the Jonathan Green dead shade mix, we did that here. So I only seeded this one time. That's why it's super thin over here, because I've not done that in 2 years. That was 2 years ago. It's crazy to imagine that. It needs to be overseeded here. Anxious again to do that in the fall of 2024. But looking back up the hill, everything on the backyard, it's looking great. The color looks great. No weeds. The dithiopyr that we used is working. There's no Poa annua, and I love that because, as you guys know, the channel got started with Poa annua. What the heck is this weed? I had Poa annua, little seed heads popping up, and just nastiness. With the use of pre-emergent in the fall, none of that. But I haven't been able to overseed, and that's what I'm going to do this coming. It's going to be interesting this fall. I'm going to be overseeding again for the first time in 2 years. So will we have a lot of Poa annua that year? We're going to try the ethofumicate route to try to prohibit as much as we can. Again, stay tuned. Here's the area that you guys remember. We did a video a while back during the early parts of winter, I guess, or late fall. We did some Jonathan Green shady nooks. This is for wet areas. Which is exactly what this area, low light levels. You can kind of see it. Notice the darker green grass. That is the Jonathan Green, guys. It is darker green. It is a dark green color, and it stands out on this camera as I look at it, even in person. It is thin, but it's also fine fescues, tall fescue. But I want you to look over here. I don't know what the heck has happened here, but you see the area, and that's why I want to show you the area. The area looks great here. But as we come closer towards the rock bed over here, I don't know what's going on over here, whether it's just not taking, whether we've got pH issues over here. It almost looks like something like snow mold or something, but we ain't had any snow in 3 years. So I don't really know what this is. I don't know what to do besides we need to maybe do a soil test over here, maybe in this specific area, maybe one of the Jonathan Green rapid tests or something, just to see, is our pH off or something, because this looks odd and weird. And just to give you a close-up, that's what I'm talking about. It just kind of looks very tingy. It looks like grass has grown, but then it's kind of faded out. We haven't sprayed anything to really, tenacity or any type of herbicide yet, which is exactly what I need to do. I'm guilty as charged. Look at all these weeds back here. It's warm. I feel like maybe if the rain quits, it's supposed to rain for 5 days. That's the problem with herbicide. It's not going to set in and kill these annoying little weeds here unless the rain quits. It needs time to absorb, but I need to clean this up, and I need to get out here and do that. I'm gonna make myself do it soon. That's embarrassing. I don't like that. I hate that look. I hate it. I hate it. So 2,4-D, that's all we're gonna do to clean this up. So I'm showing you my ugly side. So just quickly moving up front. Again, everything else, no Poa annua, everything's looking great. The same type thing right here. Look at this. Now, answer me this, because I have seen a lot of deer. The deer will literally come up in front. Is this deer urine? Is that possible for the deer to come up and pee and do this? Because I have no idea what this is either. Look at this spot. I don't know. I don't think it's grubs. Maybe it is grubs chewing on the roots at the bottom. I don't know. Hey, professionals, let me know. It doesn't bother me so much, but I haven't walked over here in a while. Look at that. It looks like it needs to be mowed a little bit too. So a lot of the rain has helped growth, but just weird. I don't know what that is. I don't have animals. But it looks like maybe if an animal came and used the bathroom here, maybe that killed it. I don't know. So let me know your thoughts on that. But just moving to the front yard quickly to show you guys the seeded areas we did in the winter. Obviously you don't want to always plant seed in the winter, but that looks like some triv there, right there. See how much taller that is? Right there, that is absolutely Poa triv. So kind of need to handle that. So annoying, man, so annoying. But here's the new seed that we planted. It's a yellowy color now. So we went from red to that. Now it looks like it's more in the dormant color. So you see that baby grass there. So not looking too bad. But yeah, it's baby GCI turf, the laterally spreading fescue, so if I recall right. But besides that, same thing over here. Our transplanted grass seems to be doing well. There's no big brown spots. It took, if you remember that video from a while back, me and Miss Ferguson, we cleaned out the area, moved that Japanese maple. We moved that grass here. That's why I had the big holes in the lawn. Here you go. Here's for those that didn't see that. I look like a crazy man digging holes in my lawn, and was placing those transplanted grass in here. Here's some more weeds though that did come up. with those, so I need to go ahead and hit that with the speed zone as well. But just yellowing, and then again some of the new areas I had to reseed again. So you can reseed, at least in North Carolina, you can reseed. Look at that, it just sticks out as yellow. It looks so weird over there, don't it? All that new baby grass. You can seed in the colder temps, but it's not going to spring up and mature like if you would do this in early spring. And again, why would you do that? Why would you just not wait till fall, Mr. Ferguson? Well, I want to be able to do pre-emergent here soon to stop crabgrass, and so that's why we do it as early, so it develops roots. But it's crazy because like over here, not a whole lot of yellowing in this section. It looks really normal and just lush and green. But when I turn over here, look at this, it looks more yellow, and you've got more yellow tips. Not sure why that's the case. Why is it more yellow here and yes, less yellow and more just the normal green color over here? Not sure. I did want to tell you guys, I'm not going to worry about turning the camera around or anything. I'll just quickly show you the sides. It looks pretty much the same. Yellowing over here. I had to park my truck on this side. You guys tell me if you have to do this as well, because my wife would back out and not cut this corner. She's gonna get mad if she watches this. She just backed straight up and it runs over my grass, man. So I had to start parking here to let it try to come back to life. So hopefully the rain today will help that come back up, and hopefully she don't cut the corner over here and kill this guy. But I've ordered from GCI some RGS. I want to get some more biostimulants. You guys know I use the humic-coated urea in my fertilizer, but I'm wanting to do some more biostimulants occasionally. And so RGS is great to apply on a warm day like this. Let it get in the soil. It will uptake with the warm temps and stuff of that nature. So anyways, I've got that coming, and we'll be applying that maybe next week when it arrives. GCI Turf is always quick to get the products to me. So there's a little quick lawn walkthrough. I've got issues. Once again, lawn care is just full of issues, right? And figuring out, okay, what the heck is this? And so comment if you know what that might be with this weird area over here. I think this area is just strange. Sometimes it'll grow in normal, sometimes it will have stuff like this happen. There may be rocks and boulders under there, I'm not sure, bits of concrete from the foundation, but we definitely need to clean up these weeds over here. As I mentioned before, Monday videos are tough because the weekend is just jam-packed full of volunteering to coach basketball and things of that nature. But if I'm able to get one Monday, check it out here. If not, we'll see you on Wednesday. God bless you guys. See you next time.